Hello and welcome. How are y'all? It's Monday. And
you think?
This my like new tiny baby earbobs. They're babies. But we have a great day for you. Also, I have a question for y'all. But we have Ammie Akin here in a little while. She is a candidate for CD 7.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? Okay. I was doubting myself.
Well, it's kind of confusing.
It is kind of confusing because there's a lot of things that have been redrawn. We know about some of the other candidates, but we haven't had a chance to have Ammie on. So we're going to talk to her about that race and how it's going. And then we have lots and lots of news. We have Yammer. We have the montage. Of course, we have the word of the day. And then we also have basically news that won't die. Okay. And if you're paying attention over the weekend, JP, let me make sure it's in here. Oh, it's not. No, it is in here. It's the NBA scene. It's the NBA situation. I can't wait to talk about that. But first, everyone, how was your weekend?
Very chill. It's kind of nice.
Same.
Yeah. Last weekend we were at the lake with our boys. This weekend it was the girls. It wasn't planned that way, but it was kind of rare.
That's so nice.
Yeah, we never get to just be us.
Tried a new bagel spot in Birmingham. That was really good.
I'm sorry. The one at Pop-Up?
No, that one I haven't gone to yet. This one was Einstein.
Oh, Einstein is delicious.
And it's right by my apartment. And I never knew it was a thing, but I went and I got the all-nighter, which was like a hash brown bagel with bacon, egg, and cheese, and then chipotle sauce.
That sounds divine.
What's a hash brown bagel? Does it have like shredded hash browns in the bagel?
And then did they bake it?
It's got shredded hash browns on top of the bagel.
That is a man food if I have ever heard of
when I looked
really
up hash brown bagel, is Einstein Burrs a national
Yes.
brand? Okay.
I used to go there in high school in Knoxville.
Okay.
Like in 1994.
Like this is a hash brown bagel.
Oh.
Could somebody DoorDash those to us right now?
Okay.
Those are amazing.
It was very good.
Their bagels were heavenly. And I don't know if we had Einstein in Florida or if it's another bagel shop, but they were in Huntsville. So when I would go visit Chris's parents by myself, of course, because he was always working, I thought I had just tasted heaven because those bagels are so dadgum good. And you know what else is good? Their coffee. Have you had their coffee?
I didn't drink coffee back then.
When did you start drinking coffee?
I don't know what I did. I didn't start drinking coffee till about 2 years ago. Remember?
What?
Remember in our old life, I would show up with all those monsters?
Yeah. Oh, I do remember.
And then I said, I got to quit because I don't want to be like JP when I grow up. and now I kind of go back and forth. It's a hard habit to quit. But yeah, I didn't do the coffee thing and I regret it because everybody looks so sophisticated. It's kind of like when in elementary school, everybody brought those giant pickles.
Oh, yes.
And I hated pickles, but all the cool kids brought the big pickles.
Well,
it just won't be that.
You can thank Phil for me drinking black coffee because when I worked with Dale and had to get up at the crack of dawn every morning, I had to drink coffee, but half of it had to be like milk or cream. I could not drink it black. And then when I started working, Phil is a ritualistic guy, in case you didn't know. And he had black coffee before every show. About 5 minutes before every show, he'd start his black coffee and he'd sit and drink. And I was like, I don't want him to feel alone. I'll start drinking the black. And the first day I drank it black, I was like, this is terrible. But the caffeine hit so much quicker. And I was like, okay, I'm willing to deal with the bad taste if that caffeine. So, and then over time, I just got used to the taste. But without the cream and the others, the caffeine hits so much quicker when it's black.
You are right about that because there are days where we've been out of cream because maybe the sell by date or the date of expiration seems like it's a month in the future. And then you open it and you think, did something die in here? And so last week I was forced to drink black coffee, but it turns out my husband has his 3rd cup at the lab, the GI lab, black. Like, who are you? Faker? Like, do you like black coffee or not?
By the way, Amy Beth, I just realized your chair is way lower than Allison's.
Yeah,
You look like a little bitty girl.
Okay, I thought
It's
that was
because
just
of
me.
the podcast
that's because
yesterday.
yeah.
But I
Hold
just
on.
now noticed.
Speaking of
There we go. Oh crap!
Oh,
Did I
she's
hurt?
back. She's
Hi.
back.
But now she's higher than Allison.
That tail was a wee bit of baby.
Now am I?
Now you're too low, Allison.
Well, I can't go up. Okay, hold on.
Hold up. Wait a
That was
minute.
not.
There you go. Now you're even.
Okay, we're good.
I'm all the way up.
All the way up.
That's a good song.
I look like a big puffy monster.
No, you
You
don't.
do not.
Yeah, I do.
No,
And I'm
you-
having hair issues. Anyway, yesterday was a little dicey as our guest wanted lattes.
Allison, I really thought when we got here, I was glad that we had gotten some new K cups and creamer, because I thought surely not. It's August and it's the afternoon. They're not going to want coffee. And then our usual suspect wanted coffee too.
Yeah.
Both of them wanted
And
coffee.
he never wants coffee.
Ever.
The coffee was fine, but when I went and opened the fridge, I was so discreetly trying. I was like, I hope everybody doesn't
Smell.
start throwing up.
No, I checked it last week. That creamer is from my house that was
Okay.
purchased last Wednesday.
Okay, we're good.
So it was good. But the other creamer we had that said organic and good through like September, that they lied.
Well,
It was no good.
I think
no bueno.
Allison's just got PTSD from our very important candidate on the Friday before her election on Tuesday. And there was, and she was
Oops.
standing right here and she looks at me and goes, check that out. And I look and I go, "Eek."
Don't drink it.
Yeah.
It's like
At
you're-
least she's one of us. And
Mhm.
so she can just do that. Other people might have taken other methods. But yeah, so that happened yesterday. And now I realize I may have to, because of the copious amounts of creamer that was, Allison made beautiful coffees yesterday. Like you were a barista yesterday.
Oh.
You
I
were
did
a
make a heart in Brian's.
You
Well, it kind
did.
of looked like an apple, but yeah.
But you did. And I don't even know how you do that, but I want a machine that does those kind of fun things. Apparently they're getting one downstairs today, so we should go check. Anywho, she was a barista yesterday, and I'm going to have to learn how to drink black coffee because I'm pretty sure our creamer's
Nah.
gone, but it's fine.
well, y'all,
I'm not a quitter. I'm going to learn how to do it.
y'all are girls, so you shouldn't drink black coffee. But
We
if you're a
should-
guy, you're like, okay, you can have the training wheels of creamer for a little bit, but eventually you got to grow up and drink it black.
Says the guy. Should we go through our Starbucks orders?
Okay, well, I could take a break every
Both
now and
men we've worked with
then.
get the girly coffee, and we
White chocolate.
Scott got the same thing you did, a white chocolate mocha
Extra whip.
with whip. Always with whip.
I didn't do mine with whip. I just realized I
But
never
it's
made my
also
coffee.
because you're men and y'all can drink your calories and look svelte even then.
Svelte.
It's awful.
Svelte.
And then we're like, well, I don't think that makes the cutoff. So I'll just have a sip. I'll
That-
just have a sip.
It would not work well in my logging of my diet.
No. Sometimes I just, like yesterday, I was like, Bobby, I'm eating pizza. And it turned out I had had other good food throughout the day. So it was all okay. But sometimes I just go, listen, it's birthday week. I'm eating what I want.
Yeah, and your life's been kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But did y'all have a good weekend?
Yes, I got to be with y'all yesterday. Saturday, we went to Huntsville to check on Chris and Will's flip. It's almost done. And then we checked on the lake. That was great. Only one minor kerfuffle. Both builders are incredible dudes. And so it makes the whole both projects really delightful. And then we did watch, Clint Eastwood's son, Scott, is a
Mhm.
director, but he was in a movie called Lucky Strike, and it was based on a real story from World War II. You like 1917, right?
I do.
Okay.
Great movie.
You would like Lucky Strike. And I think because you're in your history era,
Yes.
you might like this as well.
I'm getting there. It sounds kind of serious.
It is. He is tasked with something impossible. And then there was a plot twist at the end. Excellent, excellent movie. Really good. Lucky Strike with Scott Eastwood. I don't know how long it's been out, but Sunday night's usually like our war, like man thing.
I like it.
So I thought you would
Lucky
appreciate that.
Strike.
Yeah. So that's what we did.
I'll add it to the list.
Yes, it's on the list. Oh, and I've got a new pod for us, you guys. The Just Thinking guys have the Democratic Socialist of America podcast out.
And does it go through all their?
Oh gosh,
is it?
You have to take a break because it's so heavy.
We still need to plunge on that one.
Let's plunge. Moving my daughter in.
Yeah, we'll do it the next week.
Could we? Because it's I'm halfway through and it's really good. But just know that's a preview. A very excellent breakdown, especially for all the people who's like, socialism ain't that bad. We just ain't ever tried it that way before. It's just we haven't gotten it right. Okay, but I think 160 million people worldwide would say yes, it is designed to work exactly as it is executed.
Which, by the way,
a lot of dead bodies.
It's not in the montage. Did y'all see that AOC, who's also a Democratic Socialist, decided to freeze her eggs for, I guess, a 2028 run? But it caused a massive
what?
Yeah, and she's in her late 30s. It caused a massive discussion about this is feminism. You're promoting socialism and you're all your liberal woke ideologies, and then on top of it, you're deciding that maybe I should run for president before I have kids. I don't know. It just seemed really twisted, but it's a glimpse into how the socialists, the DSA crowd, they view life and where their priorities are. It's completely backwards from where it should be.
Was she getting critiqued from her side or our side? Or okay,
yeah, her side was "You go, Queen." Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh heavens. Okay. Well, no, I didn't see that, but wow, not surprised. We haven't even had that discussion yet either. That'll be delightful.
Will it though, Abs? Will it?
No, it'll be awful.
But then
we'll get a lot of hate for it.
Of course, it was my insurance won't pay for it. So then it turned into insurance is evil from her side.
But they gave us Obamacare. Thanks, Doug Jones. So it's funny how things that they want to work for them in the moment, but then when they don't, they just pretend it's awful. Giant hypocrites. Anywho, so that's all on a Monday.
You want to get to word of the day?
That's not all. We got
that's all on the mayhem.
We do have a weird show though.
Yeah, tell us about the weird show.
It's not weird. The show itself, it's just the formatting's a little weird. So we're gonna take a break in 5 minutes, but don't go anywhere because we'll be back with Ammie Akin, and we'll talk to her about her race in District 7. And then after that, we'll take a little break, get into the montage. We just, these candidates work hard. Today is the last get out the vote day. They are all over the place as they should be, and we're thankful they're going to stop by. So y'all want to do word of the day? When we want to do Yammer?
Do you want to do word of the day? Finish the segment with that, and do the interview, and then come back, do Yammer, and then montage. So it's
news.
I like it a lot. Okay.
Oh, Abs.
Yes. What?
On Instagram, by the way, I had to remind my child of this, that, if you're friends with somebody on Instagram and you like something, it'll pop up and show you what people like.
Oh, yeah.
What did it do?
Well, anyway, I saw that you like
What did I like?
The old words that sound new.
Yes, I
it
love
actually
that.
was really, really good. Maybe we should do one of those. It was.
Oh my gosh, I'm so glad that. Okay, tell me.
Well, I can't remember, but it just was really funny. Like words like cottonhead and niggy
muffins. Cottonhead and nitty muggins. Yes, that is so funny that showed up. I think I sent that to myself.
Okay.
So we could do fun words.
Well, you hearted it, and I thought these could be words of the day. They're old English words that kind of one would be the old English equivalent of squad.
Squad
or girl boss.
Yes. Okay, we're doing that.
It'd be funny.
Did you just look at the word of the day?
No, I looked at your phone screen, but I didn't see the word. I just saw something highlighted.
Okay.
I promise. Closing my eyes.
All right, look. It's time for word of the day.
Three, 2, 1.
Okay. I have a great word of the day for y'all. It starts with an E
Sweating.
and it ends with an E. Okay? It's a noun. It means a perfect or typical example of a particular quality or type. Like AOC equals
I know it.
democratic socialist.
She is the epitome.
Yes,
that's
darling.
good.
Yes, darling.
She is the epitome of a cotton-headed
Ninny Morgan. Ninny Morgan, let me help you, darling. It's a cotton-headed Ninny Morgan.
So why is that so?
You
hard
need
today?
some caffeine,
I
my
know,
love.
I do. Oh, I woke up at 5. Jared's
Why
alarm
did you
went
wake
off
up at 5?
and I never went back to bed.
Hmm.
And yet I got nothing done this morning. Do you ever do that? You wake up early and then it's your least productive morning.
I feel like the last couple of weeks, I feel like I'm way behind because I wake up at like 7:30, which for me is early. And then I wake up and there's like 10 texts in the treehouse from 6 or 6:30. I'm like,
listen, we are making tracks in the morning. Epitome.
It's a good one. I really, really like it.
I'm so glad you really like it. Okay.
Charlie.
All right.
Charlie.
Do you know that?
I do.
Charlie.
Ouch.
She gave
Charlie.
me. What did Charlie do?
He bit his finger.
He bit my finger.
Have you seen that?
Charlie, of course, it was my children's favorite. We watched it over and over and over again. Okay, JP, what you got for
Gen Z
us?
word of the day, by the way, Allison used one yesterday with me because I had a flat tire and I had to have her take me to the studio, and she pulled up and saw my flat tire and just goes, "You're cooked."
Oh, is that the word?
Yes. No, that's not today's word. But you used that
okay.
Gen Z word yesterday.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
Your tire. I think I said your tire's cooked.
Yeah.
It was.
Well done.
You couldn't even see the tire under the rim. That's how cooked it
I
was.
saw his tire and I told Chris, I can't even figure out how that actually happened.
Oh, I don't either.
Is there a giant slit in
Yeah.
it?
I think I know how. I'll tell you off here.
Did you run into a?
No, I didn't run it. Basically, it was a paved and unpaved part of 280.
I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I think it did it.
We had that experience once in another state and we almost died. We had a car wreck trying to get over the lip and then we spun out on the interstate. It was fun. Anyway, give us a fun word.
All right,
sir.
well, this one is the act of publicly sharing private information or personal information about someone online without their permission. It starts with a D. It's a 3-letter word. The goal is often to cause harm, shame, or harassment.
Dis.
That's from our childhood.
Well, what's the word? Dark.
It's what Candace Owens used to be popular for doing.
Oh, I have no idea because I don't know.
Distract.
Dart.
Y'all know this word.
Yas queen.
Dank.
No, 3 letters.
3.
Starts with a D. I'll say it one more time.
What?
Publicly sharing private or personal information.
Docs.
Yes. Docs.
Man, we should have gotten
Why
that
didn't
one.
we?
Yeah, we should have gotten that
We're
one.
sharper than that, Allison.
Yeah, I thought we were.
Ducks.
Okay.
Y'all, this is so silly, but I really can y'all just humor me?
What?
Okay, JP, I just sent you the video.
Well, I don't know if we have time.
Yeah,
Usually
but-
I play 5 seconds.
Okay. Can we do it when we get back?
It's so funny. This is what Connor liked on Instagram, and it made me giggle. Like I woke up in the middle of the night and it made me but y'all aren't gonna think it's funny, maybe.
We can play it. Oh my god, this is funny. We can play it before Yammer.
Okay.
I don't know
All right.
why I thought it.
Gotta play it.
All right, we're gonna go see if Ammie is here, and we'll be back.
Howdy, Tim Burchett. I've proposed legislation, here's the bill, to eliminate federal funding and federal agencies purchasing those flock cameras. I find it pretty disgusting. They're pretty draconian, and you can look that up if you want to know what that means. It's called the Protection Against Mass Surveillance Act, and it prohibits federal agencies from purchasing, deploying, or contract with automated surveillance systems. These things violate our constitutional rights. I've always been for protecting constitutional freedoms. I think it's one of the most important responsibilities, one of the important things we do as congressmen, to do anything at all. And they just tend to keep giving away your rights. Americans should never choose between safety and liberty. We got to keep our country safe, where we keep sacrificing the freedoms that, of course, that define us. It violates the Fourth Amendment. I've consistently opposed these warrantless surveillances and policies, and they'll weaken our privacy rights like crazy. We've already seen instances where cops have used these things to pursue ladies for dating purposes or stalking or whatever. It's happened a couple of times, but it's the reality of where we are as a country.
I'm just so thankful to have someone on the federal level. I think Thomas Massey has legislation as well, but this solves a little bit of the problem, but it's the problem that the federal government can get involved in, and that is the federal funding for this. This doesn't mean that the state couldn't fund it. It doesn't mean that a city, that a neighborhood couldn't fund it, but he rightly says, you shouldn't have to choose between liberty and security and safety. You can have both. What happened yesterday, too, this is worth mentioning. The Supreme Court ruled 6-3 in Chattery versus United States that when police ask a company like Google or Flock for every device near a place at a given time, a geofence request, that's a Fourth Amendment violation. Things are happening and people are finally starting to speak out. I would say call your legislator, call your representative, your senator, and ask them to co-sponsor and sign on to this bill that Tim Burchett has. These things are going to go horribly wrong. There's a software called Leonardo that they rolled out actually in Italy and across Europe in June. And it's kind of piggybacks off these Flock systems, and it traces all of your Bluetooth devices. So it starts to put basically a digital fingerprint together of your AirTags, of your AirPods, of your phone, of your smartwatches. And so it not only can track and read, the Flock camera reads your license plate, but then it starts to tell you exactly who's in that car. And it's a defense company. Leonardo is a defense company. They are surveilling. And luckily, people are starting to talk about this is a FISA issue. This is a warrantless search issue. This is a real problem.
So maybe you're wondering where these came from.
Where'd they come from?
They originated in Atlanta, Georgia. CEO Garrett Langley founded Flock Safety in 2017. He built the initial system after local property crimes and vehicle break-ins frustrated residents, and a local police officer noted that most vehicle crimes go unsolved due to a lack of license plate data. So these things, when they say, oh, we're going to be able to help you, start off and they sound great. But when you and I are having conversations with our friends and family with things that sound great, we have a responsibility to take them to their logical conclusion, which is what's happening right now. Of course, they're being used for untoward purposes. Of course. You've got a people that authorized the Patriot Act years ago while we were all still sleeping and thought that sounded like a good idea. This is before we realized they hated us, our government. But taking people to the end of something is where we have to start. And then we go backwards from there. But you are very right. You have to call your person. I hope by now, and I'm sure you do, you've got their number programmed into your phone, their switchboard, both in your local capital, your state capital, and DC. You got to let it be known all around. That's how this is going to get stopped.
So how do you think, and this is a genuine question because it's something I've been thinking about with this discussion, because there's been a lot of sheriffs even in the state that have come out and been like, the amount of crimes we've stopped with these Flock cameras are they're crucial. The Flock cameras are crucial. So where's the line of how we can still have them and also protect our liberties? Is it that whenever they come into a certain neighborhood, like when they put one across the street from our studio, do they come and like ask for the permission of the residents of that area first and have to grant approval before coming and placing them there? Or do we just ban them outright? I guess because obviously it's a violation of our Constitution. But if the sheriffs are coming out and be like, we really need these, is there a way to have your cake and eat it too? Of like, we can give you approval to have them or no? And that's a genuine question, by the way, because something I've been
Yeah, I think you're answering your own question. You said it's a violation of the Constitution, obviously, but is there a way we can work around it?
Yeah.
No, there's really not. And I get it. And people online are saying, I mean,
Welcome back. I am Amy Beth Shaver with Allison Sinclair and JP. And I realized that even when we introed this morning, did I say we were the right side? No, I probably didn't. But you found the right side. And we are so happy to be joined by candidate for District 7. That's a redrawn district, Ammie Akin. And did I say your last name right?
No.
Or is it Akin?
It's Akin.
Is it your middle? Is it your last name?
My middle name is Atkin. That's weird. I
That's
don't even
why.
know how you remember that.
Well,
That's
because
okay.
it's a T is off. Anyway.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Oh, she's
Thank you. I'm
minus the
happy to
T.
be here this morning
We're
on the right
so-
side.
I'm so glad you're here.
You two are a mess with your names, by the way.
It
We
is.
are. I mean, my mom went French based off of Little Women. How did your mom come with your
Well,
awesome name? Because I love your
Yes.
name.
Well, it was my great grandmother's name,
Oh,
but I've been called the wrong thing my whole life, not
Yes.
the right thing. And so my boys are Jack, George, Henry, spelled exactly how you would think they would be spelled,
Yes,
pronounced
ma'am.
just like that.
But I like what
That's
you said. You
exactly-
said Tammy without the T.
Mm-hmm.
And now we're done.
Okay. Well,
That's
sometimes
awesome.
that can be confusing too. And finally, I've just said on the campaign trail, you know what I should have done? I should have just said, my name is Tammy. And we could have just moved on and I could have literally gotten to the important stuff instead of practicing my name if I just said Tammy. Hello, my name is Tammy.
yeah. Hey, you know
you don't
what?
look like a Tammy though.
No.
I don't
Uh-uh.
even, what does that look like? Don't do it. Don't
She's
say it.
from East Tennessee where I grew up. That would be a Tammy.
Tammy's fun though, because I know a Tammy and she's great. Okay, so what motivated you to run and how's the race going? I know the election is tomorrow.
Yeah, the primary is tomorrow, and it has been a full sprint to the primary because of all of the redistricting. So, I mean, what caused me to run? There are a million different things that just in my heart said it's time to jump in. I have lots of conversations with my children about what's going on in the world, and this is just one example. I, told my kids when I was in school, we would talk about things like elections and why elections are important. And during a presidential election, we would vote and we tally our votes, and then we would talk about who we voted for, and then we would watch the inauguration because there was respect for the office of a president. I mean, this is what makes our country different from other countries. And I share that to say one of the things that I feel like that we have lost track of is we've lost track of respect. And with respect comes respect for people and humanity. And as I look across District 7, and I have traveled all across the district, one of the many things I've noticed is that there are people that have been forgotten. And so respect and people, and these people have been forgotten. And I can no longer watch what's going on. My background, a quarter of a century, serving families, children all across the state. It's time to jump in. District 7 is full of challenges, and it's full of incredibly gifted people, rich resources, and people who just want to live the American dream. And that's why I'm here.
So tell us, as you're traveling around the district, what are you hearing from voters that they are focused on, and what do you see? You said challenges and they're being neglected in some ways. Specifically, what does that look like? What do you want to accomplish?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. So as we have traveled across the district, what I'm finding is I'm meeting with people from both sides of the aisle. And what we're talking about are not partisan issues. And when I say partisan issues, these are the issues that national TV people are screaming and yelling about. And what I'm finding on the campaign trail is, while there are certainly differences between the parties and these partisan issues, there are so many things that people want to talk about that are not partisan issues, like children learning how to read, communities finding jobs. So we are, I would say that I'm meeting with, Democrats, Republicans. People are showing up not to talk about a party, not to talk about who's on what ticket, but to talk about what matters in daily life. I was in Utah, Alabama about a week ago, and there was a disabled veteran there, and he started the conversation. We were having a roundtable discussion. It was fantastic. And he said, I don't ever vote Republican. And I said, okay, well, tell me why you're here. And he said, because I'm not here to talk about those kinds of issues, Democrat or Republican issues. I'm here to talk about things that we all care about: children, families, reading, jobs. He said, we don't have to even talk about some of these other things. These people are hurting. The district is hurting. And there are really good people there who are ready to step in. They just need to be seen. They need someone to show up every day. They need somebody who's accessible that can connect them to the resources they need to be successful.
So what areas, one, if you look at education, for example, we can look at that and know that there's a lack in that district. Are there other very specific ways that they tell you we're hurting here, here, and here, that we do want to be seen beyond perhaps education?
Well, sure. So I was in Choctaw County. I'll give you an example. It is a great town. Butler is the county seat in Choctaw County. And their dream is to create this trade school in the downtown area. They've purchased this building and they've been applying for grant money. And the reason this is so important to them is because they missed out on the plant makes batteries. And this company really wanted to be there. But the reason they backed out is because they didn't feel like there was enough skilled labor there. So the people in Butler, they've got a partnership with a community college out of Mobile. They're ready to come in. They can't find the resources to finish a building. Like, there's plenty of money out there. There's plenty of federal grant money out there. So the question isn't, or the people aren't the problem, I guess is my point. The people are not the problem. The people need someone who can show up and say, hey, look, this is important for the community. And how do we get the money to finish this building? Because it's there. This is an easy fix. This should not take 8 terms to fix. This, I feel like, could do it pretty fast. And then let's get those people trained so that they can have the battery plant. It would have created 75 jobs for the city of Butler, for Choctaw County. Like, that's a big deal, a big deal. Something else, I spent some time with the sheriff's department in Choctaw County. And I don't want to give you an exact number because I'm afraid I'm going to get it wrong, but it was definitely less than 7 officers they have. And to cover the entire county, they have a jail that is literally sinking.
Oh my gosh.
So this police department is spending about $500,000 a year to transport their prisoners to other counties. So how can we change things? We're trying to get skilled labor. Our police officers need resources. And these are things that are not complicated issues. These are things that if you show up and you listen, you can fix. I can't fix everything, but what I can do is I can listen to people. I can get the people who are closest to the problem at the table. They're the ones that are going to have the best solution, the people that are closest to the problem. And then I can connect those resources, and I will be relentless in connecting those people to what they need. And we can finish a trade school, and we can get the officers the support they need. And, I'm using those examples, but those are true across so many of the counties in District 7.
It's funny you talk about the things that are not partisan. I think in districts like District 7, you have such a wide variety in the demographics and who you will serve. And that's part of the challenge, but it's also such a huge opportunity. And if those people aren't getting their basic human necessities taken care of, forget Republican or Democrat. And I know that that's probably what you're saying. I look at some of the issues. I feel like there's a water issue there that
Yes.
that has not been addressed in years. And I don't know if you want to speak to that, but
yeah, absolutely. So it's very difficult to even imagine this. Now, I was having a conversation with a lady last night, and she was in shock when I told her that there are people that do not have clean drinking water. So let's pretend you're a grandmother and your grandchildren are at your house and you turn the faucet on and the water's brown. Do you let your grandchildren drink the water?
No.
Like, why is this a thing in 2026?
yeah, that doesn't make any sense.
And let's trace the money too. Where is the money? Because there has been money that was attached to fixing many of these issues. So I would say where's the money? So clean drinking water, wastewater systems. I mean, this is third world country kind of stuff. This is not the United States of America in 2026.
Oh my God.
We don't have to go overseas to see any of this. And I would want to add to that, the people there are not the problem. The people are fantastic, who love their children, who love their community, who want that American dream. They're staying because they love where they are. How can we come in? How can I come alongside these people and let's help? And when I say these people, I'm talking about the whole district. So while we're talking about water issues, you can look at the district map, and District 7 covers more square miles than any other district, congressional district in our state. I think it's about 10,000 square miles. So we're from Fultondale to Washington County and everywhere in between. So while drinking water isn't an issue in Fultondale, there are a lot of issues that are the same. And now I could have come in this morning with a 5-point plan for you guys, a 5-point plan to address crime or education or affordability or economic development, whatever that is. But the reality is that 5-point plan can't be the same for Fultondale as it is for the people in Washington County or Choctaw or Perry, because the needs are different. And that's why it's important. That's why we have to show up and we have to listen, because we have to develop plans that we can execute and that are sustainable. And the only way to do that is to be in front of the people who are facing these challenges, because they know what the answer is. They just need somebody to hear them.
I bet the support you've gotten has been encouraging.
Yeah, 100%. Support has been incredible. We have, like I said, we have people from both sides of the aisles show up. And truly, they want to talk about daily life issues. And that's what gives me hope. So I think as we look, if we look to the national media, and the national media would have us believe that we're so different and we're all mad at each other and we all hate our neighbors. And that's just not the reality. It's not the reality here in Alabama. People in Alabama, we can disagree on something and still live together in community. And that's what's encouraging. And that's what gives me hope. I feel like we've all been listening to the wrong voices, because we don't yell and scream at each other here. Now we can challenge each other, and our kids can play ball together, and that's okay. And that's who we are as Alabama. And quite frankly, our country needs more of Alabama. Our national politics, our national news media, they want to talk down to Alabama. And you know what? We love each other in Alabama, and we help each other.
Do you find, I'm so curious, do you find, and I don't know how much you've been out in the district in the past, but do you find that people are open to hearing your message, or is there still a pushback, or do you think we're kind of turning a corner?
Well, I have spent time in the district. So actually, as I was kind of digging through things as we were starting to launch the campaign, about 10 years ago, I was helping with some reading programs across the state. And I was actually in Monroe County. There's a little town called Vredenburg in Monroe County, and y'all should look it up. It's pretty Vredenburg.
Okay.
Vredenburg. It's an old mill town. But to go back to your question, are people receptive to this? It's not my message. What I am doing and what I want to do is I want to hear the stories of the people, because yes, it matters what my background is, because truly that is what has prepared me for this moment, is my background. But what I need to know in order to be the best representative I can be is I need to know their stories. And so that is what I feel like has been the difference, is it's less about the words coming out of my mouth and it's more about the words coming out of theirs. And actually in one meeting, I did like a little 2-minute, hey, I'm here. This is my background. This is why I want to represent you. And then I just started asking, tell me your story. Tell me why you're here. Tell me what your needs are. And honestly, there were these awkward pauses, because I don't know that anyone had ever asked them I feel like they came prepared to hear
Wow.
me speak, because traditionally that's what happens. But I haven't spent my life behind a podium. I haven't. My life has been spent at a table talking about real issues. And I think their reaction to that, I think they were shocked because they didn't come prepared to share their story.
Oh my word. I bet that rocks their world. Okay, really quickly, for people who are interested, what is your background? And then I know Allison will ask you how people can follow along and what they need to do tomorrow, but just real quick, because I know people are interested.
Yeah, thanks for asking. So for a quarter of a century, I've been in the field of education, but it runs the gamut. I mean, I've been in classrooms all across our state, school leadership, principal, assistant superintendent. I taught at the University of Alabama. I taught the future generation of principals and superintendents. And actually, the classes I got to teach, it was teaching character and leadership. So how do we lead with excellent character? Idea being, if the person at the top leads with character, it's going to filter down and in a school eventually to the children and out into the community. Worked with nonprofits. I've been on nonprofit boards. So city work. I've worked with local officials. I mean, just you name it. It's been across the board. I've had many opportunities, and sometimes I have wondered why is, I've done this and then I've done this, and on a resume it looks okay. Well, it's saying, you can see the movement here and why the movement happened, and finally it makes sense. It makes sense to me because all of these different experiences are truly what has prepared me for today.
I love that you said, and you haven't spent your life behind a podium. You have been on the ground with the people, and there are a lot of people running or politicians out there that can't say that. So thank you so much. How can people find information out about your campaign, voting? Tell us a little bit what time the polls open tomorrow and how people can go vote for you.
Yeah, so District 7, we need everyone in District 7 to show up. Every great movement begins with a first victory, and we need that first victory tomorrow. And then on August 12th, boy, we are full sprint to November 3rd, and we are going to win. There is a clear path to victory because the people care about this. If you want to know more about poll times and where to vote and all those things, we'll put some stuff out on social media so people can see that. And you can go to Ammie Akin for Congress on Facebook, Instagram, or my website, akinforcongress.com.
Ammie or Tammy, whichever one. Akin, thank you so much for being here. Actually, no, it's Ammie. Don't look for Tammy on the ballot.
Yeah,
no, don't.
Yeah.
Ammie.
That they misspelled my name when I was running for state executive committee, and I was like, that kind of stinks. But there's no Tammy.
No,
it's just Ammie.
No, it's all about name ID, so don't mess it up. Ammie Akin, August 11th.
It's like
I love
Lloyd
it.
Peoples, who we kept calling Floyd.
Floyd, yes.
Hey, he won anyway.
He did.
Thank you so much for
thank
being
you for
here.
having me.
And it was great. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be right back. Must not be for catching rapists and thieves and kidnappers. That's not true. You know what would actually prevent a lot of crimes and catch a lot of crimes is if we all wore body cameras every day and they surveilled every place we went all day, every day. So are we going to support that? I mean, where this ends, there's no telling. The police chief of Calera put out a statement on Facebook yesterday, and he goes through and talks about all the crimes they've solved from this, and that the department just uses it to read license plates. Fine. His very last paragraph, though, he says, this is Chief Heisch. I can only address the aspects of Flock that I have control over. How the company uses or shares data is outside of my control. He's admitting he knows that they use, because once it's in the system, Flock and Leonardo and all these things, all these companies can do whatever they want. This is clearly a violation, especially after the Supreme Court ruling. Where do you end that? We could all dress in bubble wrap. We could ban cars and save a lot of lives. I just think this is a hill that we should be willing to die on, because we know how this goes. People get a little bit of power, a little bit of insight. They're going to prey on your emotions. And before long, yeah, we're all wearing body cameras in the name of preventing crime because everybody knows they're being watched. They won't do it. That's communist China.
I mean, think, same brain. How did the Chinese love being surveilled? How do they enjoy getting on a train to go somewhere, but they're not allowed because they've used too many of their carbon credits for the day? Or that they are going in to buy food, but it's too soon because they bought food 5 days earlier, not 6. And you're only allowed on day 6. I mean, that's just random making that example up, but they're surveilled all the time. They're stopped. They're followed. I mean, that's what we want. That this is good. Also, if we were a moral people and if we had the fortitude to turn cameras off and to only use them for license plate reading, which is not constitutional, perhaps, but we're not moral. Who is going to be able to do that? Who? We have pockets. We've got porn pockets. We've chosen what we want to do with the cameras in our phone. Huge percentages of people are addicted to porn, for example. They like watching. Do you really think in a culture that's conditioned to watch and to be voyeurs, they're going to be able to turn these things off because it's the right thing to do?
On some of my posts, did I interrupt you?
No.
Okay. On some of my posts, people are like, why are you against these flock cameras? If you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't worry about it. Okay. That is exactly, in 2026, you are a moron if that is your argument. Because what are you seeing happening in the UK and all these other places? And actually, it's starting to happen in the US too. Define what is wrong. What if wrong someday is you go stand out in front of a Planned Parenthood and you are telling people that go in about Jesus, and then you go home and somebody with access to these says, you know what, we need to go find them. They were whatever. They make up that you were doing wrong. They can boop it find you, find all of your air tags, all of your AirPods, everything that went through. They can track you down. I mean, one police chief was talking about in 30 minutes they found someone. So be careful saying, I'm not doing anything wrong, because someday the definition of wrong could and probably will change and they will be after you.
How about our friends in London?
Yeah.
I bet they'd love to take back their social media posts that they made in the anonymity of their own home, and now they're in jail. So how about let's consider the implications long term of what this means?
It's a real issue. And I know that there's a state rep that is working on legislation here in Alabama to regulate it. It doesn't, from what I understand, it doesn't necessarily get rid of it, but they're going to put in parameters. I say get rid of them.
Just be done.
But
let's do just good old gumshoe police detective work. We can live with crimes being unsolved a little longer. We can. Than to be surveilled.
It makes you just want to get a flip phone.
Chris can't wait to get a flip phone.
Gosh, man. I think about it. Look, keep you from doom scrolling, keep you from being surveilled because you ain't got cameras right there, and you can just call and text.
Yep. We could, and we have that choice. We also have a choice to get a Faraday bag, which, you know,
it's not a bad idea.
Do. Put everything, your AirPods, your smartwatch, when you travel, put everything in there. It blocks the signal.
Maybe that's what we should sell. We'd make billions.
I like it.
Let's try.
I like it. Oh, Ashley H.
Yeah, we got 2 comments. First, Brad from Crampston said, if one were to dress in bubble wrap, would that help to hide or exaggerate one's blue bell bump? Asking for a friend.
It depends on how you wrapped it.
Could really accentuate it.
And then Ashley says, we need this talking piece clip. Thank you in advance, JP. I was thinking the same thing.
Yep.
It will be clipped.
And this won't be the last discussion because
no.
I think actually Ashley taught me a lot. She gave me a quick education at the ALGOP reception. She's been doing her homework on this one.
Hey, y'all. Welcome back to The Right Side. We hope you enjoyed our interview with Ammie Akin.
Look at you.
I did it. I did
Such a
it.
quick learner.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to go do Yammer. And then after Yammer, we're going to take a break. And then we're going to come back and have the montage and roll through the news. We will do the Muslim Minute. But we're going to have a jam-packed 11 o'clock hour. So just get ready for that. But first, it's time for
Yammer. Maybe I should do my own boom of like Yammer.
Oh, that was good.
That's a lot of
That was
air.
good. That was good.
Maybe I should do sound effects.
Hey, if things go
If
south,
things go south,
You can
I
do
got
that.
something I can fall
You've
back
got a
on.
promising career. So what you got, Sinclair?
I still need lipstick, y'all. You keep forgetting to tell me to put my
Sorry.
lipstick on.
I thought you did it last break. But
No, I meant to, but I forgot. Okay. And other stupid ideas that liberals come up with. New
What?
Orleans becomes the first major U.S. city to use AI for 911 calls. Quote,
What?
this is the worst idea you could think of. So the New York Post has an article.
Yeah.
They're going to start triaging emergencies based on AI. What could go wrong?
There aren't any problems with that.
Well, what is the
Sorry,
bagel doing?
sorry, I meant to add this.
That
here.
might help the
sorry.
dispatchers that get bored and lose their jobs because AI is taking it over. Here's a quote. You have scenarios where the person can't speak well or has a strong accent, or they're in a domestic situation. They pretend to call for pizza or something. You have to be able to determine how someone feels or pick up on what they aren't saying. You need a person. Man, if I'm in New Orleans, I'm getting on up out of there
Yeah, let's not go.
because you're going to die.
Yeah.
Because AI doesn't know. You're going to say, I need to order a pizza, wink, wink. And they're going to go, let me connect you to Domino's.
This is a horrible idea. It's never mind. I'm going to save it it's a horrible idea for when we talk about flock cameras. It's going to be our newest segment called What the Flock,
What the flock?
because there's a lot to talk about, but this has to go along with that. That's idiotic. People will be in severe danger and they're going to miss it. So no, thank
JP.
you. You got it?
Yep. All right, here's them.
I actually have a sports story because this is big news. Coco Gauff, women's tennis player, has also come out against men playing in women's sports. I'm not sure why the WNBA doesn't know what a woman is now that two giant men have declared, although they identify as women, for the WNBA draft. But the female tennis players do know, and they don't care who comes after them. Maybe it's because the Williams sisters played the 242nd ranked tennis player. This is years ago, and they joked that they could beat him, and he smoked both of them. So maybe it's because they are well aware and they are not kidding themselves about gender. But this is huge that she too has come out and said, absolutely not. Men should not play in women's sports. This is big. I hope the tide is turning.
The WNBA thing is in the montage, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because we
Dumb
got it.
as ever.
I think we need to take bets, even though we don't bet. We don't gamble.
Hypothetical. But
I think we need to, I think we need to talk about what they're actually going to come out and say after the commission meets.
Oh, darling, I love that idea.
Because they're kind of screwed.
Yeah, they are. Like big time.
It's going to be glorious. JP?
mine is kind of a fun one. I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the Alabama Democratic Party's drama with Tabitha Eisner every day coming out with something about the party, about how she's been pushed out and other things.
And she's the vice chairman.
She's the vice chairperson.
No, I'm saying man. She's the vice chairman. And what the actual chairman is a biscuit, right? And like extorted her or something.
Yes.
allegedly extorted her. Yeah. And then there's something else about him sending out a memo for nobody to listen to her. But anyways, it's been a lot of drama. And Bobby Singleton, who is notorious for being the extravagant leader on the left, so to speak, in the Senate, at least, he ran for party chairman and he won in a decisive vote. This is from Sawyer Knowles at Yellowhammer News. Bobby Singleton was elected chairman of the Alabama Democratic Party on Saturday, defeating incumbent Randy Kelly by a wide margin at the party's organizational meeting in Montgomery. Singleton, the Alabama Senate minority leader, received 165 votes, or 72.7%, from the state Democratic Executive Committee. Kelly received 62, or 27.3%. That is a wide margin.
Good for him.
This ended Kelly's 4-year tenure as chairman.
Does anybody know what Randy Kelly looks like?
No.
I've seen a picture of him.
You have?
Yeah, I'll pull it up.
I don't know, but good for Bobby. Can we talk to Bobby?
We've reached out to Bobby.
Be interesting to hear what his plans are for the party.
I was just being so racist.
This is Randy Kelly.
Randy Kelly has the whitest name.
Allison Sinclair.
Is that bad? I'm serious.
Nah, he does, I guess.
He does. I've never seen Randy Kelly. So
I haven't either.
Okay. Well, Randy, you gone.
Randy gone.
What is Bobby Singleton going to do to the Democratic Party? Like, this is going to be and I want to have him on because I think we need to know what we're up against.
Right.
And if I know anything about Bobby Singleton, he'll just tell us.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He'll just tell us. And so at least we can plan.
Yeah.
That's kind of a hoot. And I think I saw a quote where he said, I need to be the chairman of the Democratic Party. Like I need a hole in my head or something like that.
What does that even mean?
That means like that's
goodness.
the last thing he needs to be doing. But I guess
Oh.
he's doing it to save his party. So I can't wait to hear his platform for saving the party.
Okay.
What if the Alabama Democrats are as in debt as the National Party?
That's a great question.
Oh, now you're meddling, Sinclair.
Well, you know, when you lose your NGOs and your free kickbacks from the government, you lose your money. So we need to check in on the state of the party.
I think we should.
Okay, we'll do that tomorrow. Maybe. So he might come on tomorrow.
Maybe.
What are the chances he says yes?
Well,
Slim to Midland.
Midland.
I don't know. I think he'll say yes. I don't know much about Bobby Singleton other than what I've seen in the news and sort of thing. So, but from what I can tell, he seems like somebody that would talk to both sides.
Mm-hmm. He is. He's very friendly. He and
So-
Scott Beeson are really good friends.
Wait, he came on our show when we went to the State House, right? Yeah, he came on our, yeah.
We're different, but he's a great guy. I mean, he's very fun and very personable. So I hope he'll come on and lay it out. Tell us about the Democratic Party in Alabama.
Yeah, it's not a gotcha. I
Mm-mm.
genuinely want to know what he's going to change.
All right, then.
All righty then. And there's the music. It's like we planned it. Okay, when we come back, we'll have a montage.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Something. Don't go anywhere. So, but I think I almost want to get a group, almost like we did with local for COVID. We need to actually be thinking about this. We need to figure out how to connect all of us across the state. We need to probably put together an email that we send to all of the police chiefs, all the sheriff's offices, and get their responses, have them on file. We've got to start engaging legislators. We've got to start, JP, I'm going to send you this story, this video. We need to play it. But we need to start gathering stories. I know Blount County actually, they FOIA'd it and they put together a database and you can see if your plate has been.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. So you can type in your license plate and see if you've been flocked.
Do we need to talk to Pam?
Who's Pam?
Casey?
Oh, she is in Blount County.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk to Pam.
That sounded really country.
Yeah, it did sound really
I'm going to call
country.
Pamela. Let's call Pamela.
By
Let's
the
get
way,
her. Let's get a text going and see if she can't come on and talk to us about this.
Okay.
I've got the perfect name for your group.
What
What's
is it?
called?
What the flock?
I love that name. It's a great name.
Every time I hear that, I think of Waka Flocka Flame too.
Yeah.
We could
Could
something
we
off
use
that?
that music? Maybe something funny from Waka
Waka
Flocka?
Flocka.
Waka Flocka.
It'd
It's a
be
blast from the past.
beep, beep, beep.
Yeah.
Where you just
beep.
find the radio edited version.
Oh, well, that's true.
And that can be
It
our
wouldn't be a
music
lot of
bed
words
for the group.
It'd just be a lot of music and the occasional word or two.
The
Boop.
and what's up?
That's the song.
Do you really need immigration reform? Yes, you do. But can we work with the system we have? Yes. We have naturalization ceremonies every single day in the United States that is, federal government's open. We have hundreds of thousands of people. In fact, we're real close to 900,000 individuals that have been naturalized in the last 12 months.
You missed the part though, and I don't know if you can see it if you can find it. He talks about how, look, you may have been here for 25 years illegally. And as long as you're going through the process now and you've started the process now, I can help you. But if you haven't, there's nothing I can do for you.
What?
I have issues that, and people came at me on Twitter because I'm like, this is called amnesty and we are not for it. And in 2026, we should not be for it because our country is dying because of it. And somebody came back and was like, that's called legal immigration. This is the analogy I'll use. You go to a bank, you break the window, you go in, you steal the cash, you take off, you get caught. And then the police come back and say, you know what? Actually, just go back out and walk up and say, hey, can I get this money? And we'll hand it to you. That'll make it better. That's dumb. You still broke in and stole the money and you're not holding them accountable just because you've been here for 25 years illegally, sucked all of our resources dry and added to our debt, added to our infrastructure, the heaviness of it. Now we're going to say, look, hey, just go through the process. Go start filling out the paperwork, not leave and come back in the right way. This is amnesty. And everybody's saying, but it's legal. It's the way the system is. I don't give a rip. We need to shut that down. He is weaker. I'll take Kristi Noem back, and I don't like Kristi.
I cannot believe you just said that.
The cricket killer, I'm not a fan.
But you're right. It's just enabling. Any good counselor knows what he just said was a bunch of gobbledygook. He's an enabler. Our government is enabling wrong. You can't get out of this problem by acting that way, by saying what he said, by blessing what is wrong. I was like, you big, fat enabler.
Well, this is the other part. Here's a quote. He said, if we're looking to grow our economy, we need more permanent solutions on work visas for foreigners, because this narrative that it steals American jobs is true in some industries. It's not true for all industries. It is America. We want to take care of Americans first. It's our economy. It's our homeland. But there's a way to utilize labor where we're not having the participation rate we need to, and we can plug those holes.
Could we examine that statement that we are not having the labor participation we'd like? Was that the exact sentence?
Yes, he said there's a way to utilize labor where we're not having the participation rate we need to. We can plug those holes.
Uh-huh. And why are we having a labor participation issue?
Because those holes are not open.
That's cute.
I've said this so many times. I don't buy the Americans won't do certain jobs. I don't buy that. Now, maybe very fringe specific, ultra specific, jobs, maybe, but for the most part, no. And I always bring up this example. I can't remember which plant it was. You always have to remind me. What was the plant in Alabama where there was a raid of illegal labor, illegal aliens in Alabama?
That
Was
one.
it the car plant?
It was
Yeah.
in Montgomery, just outside of Montgomery.
The next day, they had to have a job fair, and it was Americans with a block or a line around the block to go and work. Like, the Americans will do the job that illegals are doing now. It is gaslighting of, we need our cheap foreign labor, and it's the big ag.
And welcome back. Is everybody sufficiently caffeinated? I am.
No. You are?
Should I have? You want me to run down and get
I'm
you a
fixing to
Coke
be.
Zero?
No. I'm good.
You good?
It's been a heck of a morning.
What a weird morning.
Yeah, but hey, we're doing the thing.
We're
Can't throw
We are
us off.
doing the thing.
something.
It's happening.
Put us down.
Okay. So JP, are we ready for the montage?
What are you laughing about?
She just laughing.
I don't know. It's the montage.
You ready for the montage?
Yes, we are ready
Okay.
for.
Well, it's officially official. I just declared for the 2027 WNBA draft in April. Join me in this journey.
Earlier this week, I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well.
This morning, 6 former Savannah Police Department employees, including 4 officers, are now under criminal investigation after being fired for allegedly misusing these controversial surveillance cameras made by the company Flock.
19 states have already passed laws to make it more difficult to vote. Then, this president, hey everybody, so they're trying to mess with your ability to vote, just to break it all down.
With diplomatic efforts ongoing to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, Iranian officials are now making new demands. Iran's Supreme National Security Council issued a fresh statement this weekend calling on the United States to permanently end the war in the region, not just with Iran, but also with its proxies, and to compensate Iran for damages before the Strait would reopen. Iran's foreign minister says even if a deal is reached, it doesn't necessarily mean the Strait will stay open.
Okay, I someone please.
There were reports. I couldn't find a video specifically mentioning this, but the Wall Street Journal reported that allegedly Trump recently told his aides that he's willing to accept not including a nuclear deal in the end of the war with Iran if that will reopen the Strait. So that is what was the major or the reason that we did this war with Iran, so that Iran could not have a nuclear program. So Trump is pretty much saying, I'm willing to surrender just to reopen the Strait. Now, again, that's just reports, but if Iran is putting out like, yeah, no, we won't reopen it until you pay us, they can do that as long as we're not forcefully opening the Strait. So in other words, we can't open the Strait on our own. They have all the leverage when it comes to the Strait, and we're even willing to give up a nuclear deal just to reopen the Strait. That if we did that, that is a complete surrender in L. That's a loss, and that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
So again, just reports, but I don't think Iran is stupid and they're suicidal, but I don't think they would be having that big of a request if they knew that we couldn't open the Strait on our own. In other words, they control the Strait.
It just has seemed cloudy as soon as they said they can't have a nuclear weapon. And then it just got cloudy, and it stayed cloudy. Like, we drove in and out of rain between here and North Alabama on Saturday, and it would be raining, then it would be cloudy, then it would be rainy, and then we couldn't see. And then we really couldn't see. Then you go to the flashers, while you're driving, which I don't agree with, but that's how bad it was. And I feel like that's been the whole scene. Just rainy and cloudy, unclear. And I agree with you. I don't know how you turn this into a W when it looks like most decidedly this is an all caps L from what we started and what we said at the beginning, and then this just, am I the only one, or do you guys?
No, and oh, go ahead, Allison.
This is my therapy couch.
I like your therapy couch. Like, it's a good setup.
It's actually pretty comfortable.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. If I wouldn't tip the table over, I would sit the same way.
So
Anywho,
let me just get this straight. We had nuclear weapons. We went in, we bombed some bunkers. We destroyed, we had nuclear material. Right, doctor?
yes, that's right, ma'am.
And then we brought in the airplanes and we precisely destroyed the materials that were way, way, way underground, but we were really, really good and we did it.
Just like the movie Maverick.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we're done. We're out. Kind of like Maduro. Then a few months later, the people get into an uprising. The people of Iran that we love and we want to free, correct?
Correct.
And the Iranian government's going out and shooting them. We're like, liberate the country. We should have done this 47 years ago. It's all about the people. It's all about the people. And so then we go and we're like, we're gonna do this and we're gonna take, and then along the way we're gonna get rid of the nuclear weapons. Excuse me. Oh wait, we thought the nuclear weapons were gone. Oh, but they're not. We're gonna hide that messaging behind saving the people. Well, then we're 2 weeks in.
Bless her.
I haven't heard about the people one more time, y'all.
Not once, not from the beginning. That was the thing that we kind of talked about. Like, we're not for this, but you're for the people.
I
Disappeared.
haven't heard anything else about those
Behind a
poor
rain
people
cloud
that are being executed. And so then we're like, then they shut down the strait. But no, we're going to open the strait and we're going to tariff them. And then, okay, the therapy couch isn't good
for your reflux.
Talking, yeah. But y'all, do you see what? Okay, so then we're going to close the strait and then we're going to bomb them and we're going to go after their grid and we're going to do all their power and we're going to take out their water and, oh, wait, but they're coming to the table. Oh, wait, they didn't. We don't even know who we're negotiating with. And, but we're winning. We're winning. Do you know what's happening, y'all? We have no missiles. We have no ammunition. We cannot win this because we gave it all to freaking Ukraine. And most of our Alabama delegation kept rubber stamping it. And so now we're out of bullets. And the Iranians own us. They have us by the hair
of our chinny chin chin.
And now we're going to forget the Iranian people that need to be liberated. Now forget the nuclear weapons. And now, if I understand that clip correctly, the strait might be open if they leave the region, but then we might close it again. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Pretty much, yeah. And here's the part that people aren't talking about enough. Geopolitically, what this does legitimizes Iran. Because in the Middle East, Iran wasn't really a key player. They were just kind of the monkey with a gun. Like, they were crazy people that could do dangerous things, and they had enough proxies in certain areas that they could just wreak havoc. But they weren't on the level of the Saudis, Israel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they were like in the corner, but they need to be dealt with. So what this does, if we surrender and say, all right, you know what, straight's yours, we'll compensate you, we'll give you billions of dollars, and we won't even force the issue on a nuclear program. Now you've brought Iran to the table, because now Iran goes, I can hang with the Saudis and Israel. And plus, Iran will now control the strait from here on out indefinitely if this is true. So now you've got the world sponsor of terror in control of a fifth of the world's trade. So you talk about them having a seat. Now they're not just now they are at the table, and now they have to be now they have to be dealt with, and now they have everything.
So I heard Andrea Tice report this morning that one of the things that Iran is requesting, if even they are meeting to have the 77th meeting about a ceasefire and ending the war or whatever it is that they're doing, no one knows, is that Iran has basically demanded that we never speak ill of Iran or their people ever again. This is one of the
What?
things they put in their list of concessions. What?
And what are we going to say? Yes, sir. May I have another?
Basically, right now, it looks like that.
Yeah, it's geopolitically is such a mistake. And again, you can talk about, well, Trump always said he'd do this. Well, I don't really care. Let's just talk about what's going to happen. Just simply like chessboard. Iran will get stronger from this because now they are a player in the Middle East on the level of Israel and Saudi Arabia. And now you thought you had to deal with them and negotiate with them before. Well, now they actually got leverage with the Strait. Now you're going to have to deal with them every day. And on top of the fact, if you're not making it to where they can't have a nuclear program, now they're pissed off. And now they are going to make a nuclear program. And guess who target number one is? It's us. So now that situation's gotten even worse.
Oh, okay. Stop right there. Why is target number one not Israel? Isn't that what this all goes back to?
1A, 1B. We're the big Satan. They're the little Satan. So so it's 1A,
So
1B.
51-49.
Yeah,
but take them out first. They're closer.
They may. I don't know.
So, look, we understand that this should have been taken care of in the late 70s. Okay? We get that. But here we are, and we're no closer to any sort of clean, crisp resolution than we were when we started. And yes, you've got an Iranian people, Persians, who want to be free. The problem is they're now going to have to truly fight their way out of this. And it would have worked if we were serious in the first 3 weeks of this situation. And now it looks like we've left them in the lurch. We know thousands of them have been murdered. That's hideous. But however this thing started, I know there are conspiracies all over the place about who started. I don't care. We're here right now and we're about to put a giant L, like with rays of sunshine around it, because we didn't handle it immediately and do what was necessary. So I don't know. We can't even know what's coming out of Iran because they're out of the loop. They're not allowed to speak out. And so now it's probably going to be worse for them than it was when it started. So that's another horrible aspect of this. But if we were going to do it, we needed to have done it immediately and just wiped it out. And we didn't do that. So I don't know how the administration is going to make this sound okay. I really don't. And I don't want to hear another, they're almost coming to the table.
This is an L7 wiener.
Come
What's
on.
an L7 wiener?
Sandlot? Y'all seen that? In the
Oh
Sandlot?
man,
Yeah,
Sandlot's
but I
so
don't-
good.
Or may have said weenie. It's
We-
an L7 weenie. It's not good.
Illuminati confirmed.
Yeah.
Man, bless it all.
I'm so tired of this. And I don't know. Okay, if y'all could choose, living in reality, if you could get a hold of Donald Trump and say, focus, stop listening, like this is where you are. I feel like we could give him better advice right now than the people surrounding him. What
Agree.
would we tell him? What do you do?
I would tell him either wipe him out or get out. Stop playing this straddle the fence because the longer you straddle the fence, the worse the terms become for us. So either get out now or go in and just.
Which would you choose?
Well, it's such a hard situation because I don't think we should go wipe him out, but also just realistically, we can't pull out with an L and withhold our deterrence globally. So I don't know. It's a hard one.
And then you also wonder, where are the other nations? Because Iran is a global threat and they aren't going to stop. And so if we just walk away, can you ever really walk away from Iran? Or are you going to use the awful overused trope, kick the can down the road for the next guy to deal with, because that's what's going to happen. They are maniacs, and not the Persians, but the people that are in power that we helped get there in the 70s. So, gosh, I wish that they would just get out, but then that comes with a high price. And I'm with you, JP. Wipe them out, but who are we wiping out?
Well, and maybe not wipe them out, but go all in on reopening the strait, because if we can control the strait, then they don't have any more leverage, and we haven't done that. So, and again,
does that mean like putting ships and just?
I guess so, but then the worst part of that is, well, maybe we can't. And that's the real black pill, because we're the United States of America. And if we can't even reopen the strait from Iran, us being the military superpower, then that's the real issue. But I would say the strait needs to be target number one so that we can end this, if we can.
I just think this is so, please tell me I'm wrong. And maybe people are texting in now, but this is so unlike Donald Trump. Either he's completely owned by somebody that's making him look like an idiot, but he usually makes a decision and he does it, and he's decisive in his actions. And whether you agree with it or not, he makes a decision and he moves forward. That's why he's a good businessman. He analyzes the risks, he makes a decision, and he goes. So this is very much unlike him. And I really think I don't think we have the capability right now to do what needs to be done if we were to start some sort of actual conflict. And we're trying to act like we do.
And they're calling our bluff.
But we don't. And we're screwed.
We have some texts.
Okay.
Brad from Crimestone, he said, reckon there would have been more clarity if the Congress had debated going to war and then declared war, asking for a founding father. Probably still a lie, but we might have clear goals.
Oops. What was that?
Sorry, that was me.
That's actually an interesting thought, because I'm with Brad. I don't even know what the goal was from the beginning.
No,
well, there's a reason that they didn't go to Congress.
It's going to be interesting. I don't know. I think everybody has Iran fatigue. We want this over, but how? Because right now it looks like we are in quicksand. And the shore is a long, long way away.
He also said, Allison, alas, thinking that Don John of Mar-a-Lago is capable of focus is in itself not living in reality.
That's funny. But
might be true.
But you're right about him, though. He usually just decides and goes.
Yeah.
Something's not
his
right.
Decisions might not be based in reality, but at least he makes one.
His this started right after the Venezuelan thing, we remember. And he was really feeling himself, and rightfully so, because I still think that was one of, if not the greatest move he's done in all of his presidency. So you come off the high of that, thinking you're untouchable, maybe you're God, and you can just do whatever. And I think that may result, maybe some people took advantage of that and had him do this, but it literally happened a month after that. So I think that contributed to it a lot.
Okay.
Let's talk WNBA next. Make it fun.
Let's do.
I keep wanting to call him Enes Free, but that's a bar.
Oh, that is a bar.
And then Kamala Mamala, I'm not even sure what she was saying. She was saying
she's not even sure what she was saying.
Yeah, and more after this. We'll be back.
It's the hotel, the big hotels. It's big tech, Silicon Valley with the H-1Bs and such, which unfortunately those have kind of merged into the Trump administration with the Peter Thiels and the others. They don't want to lose their cheap foreign labor. And with the messaging on deportations, well, first of all, let me just say the border is secure, which is a big win. However, that's not enough because of the 10 million illegal aliens that came in under Biden and taking American jobs. It's not enough just to seal the border. That's a great start, but the messaging quickly shifted from all illegals to criminal illegals to, okay, well, illegals just do it the right way and you can stay. It is it's amazing to me how that shift has happened. But I think it's mostly economy related.
Do they honestly think the people that they're enabling to stay and say, like Allison, just pretend like you're already working on your paperwork and like your sponsor? Do you think that when he says things like there are real close to 900,000 individuals that have naturalized in the last 12 months, there's a legal system to go through, ...
Mm-hmm.
And we really hope you'll vote for us in the midterms. Is that what also should be the tail that wags this dog?
Yep.
That's good. Yep. So it's the labor industry, the housing, the food industry, and that. But I don't think that's going to work, because then what if you're truly representing the Republican people, which in this case you're really not. But if you want to keep pretending like you are, you have to keep talking about that we're going to crack down on fraud in Minnesota, and we're going to crack down on fraud, and we're going to crack down on the system that then supports these people in so many ways with their jobs, their housing, their whatever, not paying taxes it is. And so I think you lose them. You might get them in the country and they might think, well, that was pretty cool. Thanks for the tip, Mark Wayne Mullen. But then if you stay on messaging, they're not going to like what you have to say.
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
I understand the legal immigration route. Not now. Our country has been invaded. Like, we have invaders within the gates currently. We can't even, yeah, sure. There's a world where we can reform our immigration system and we can have it the right way, very, very restricted and, done right. We can't even cross that bridge until we get the 10 million invaders out. That's not, like, our country has been changed dramatically. So I don't think Mark Wayne Mullen or other members of the administration quite realize. They may say they do, but they don't quite realize the gravity of what has happened with the amount of people that came in. Like, mission one, Mayday, get everybody out. And then we can have a conversation about reforming our immigration system for the economy, for whatever. But we can't even have that conversation while they're still here. But let's just turn a new page. Y'all are good. We're starting. No, look back to what Reagan did with his mass amnesty. Biggest mistake he ever made. And that is the Republican Party's beacon of, everything, which I have some issues with Ronald Reagan, but that was his biggest mistake, was that. So no, that's not the answer. But again, I don't know what it is, whether it's people being bought off or what, but until we get the 10 million illegals out, we're not even having a legal immigration conversation. We can't.
And I know that this dovetails, and we'll get to this rolling through the montage about what happened in Spain. But I do find it ironic that they saw that there was immediate trouble, and he's a socialist and he's anti-American, but immediately the people are like, we don't want this, and they're doing something about it.
Wait. Who are you talking about?
Spain over the weekend with the Moroccans. I was listening to a news report this morning on the way in. It's very interesting what's happened, and it happened quickly versus here. And we have somebody who should be a Republican who is gaslighting us into pretending that we don't see that this is about the midterms, pretending that we don't know that the other part with immigration is not being able to find housing, not just about jobs, but we can't find housing because they've taken the housing too. And we're expected to just go, oh, it's all right. Mark Wayne Mullen said it, so it's okay. We have a naturalization process. It's okay. And it's really not okay. We're getting crushed. These people, SMH,
Gen Z.
That's good, Abs.
Do you really need immigration reform? Yes, you do. But can we work with the system we have? Yes. We have naturalization ceremonies every single day in the United States that federal government's open. We have hundreds of thousands of people. In fact, we're real close to 900,000 individuals that have been naturalized in the last 12 months.
You missed the part, though. and I don't know if you can see it, if you can find it, he talks about how, look, you may have been here for 25 years.
Welcome back. It's already 11:30. Can you believe that? I'm Amy Beth with Allison and JP, and we are the right side. Are you? She just manhandling me over here.
It's bothering me.
Whatever.
Offline.
So we're gonna take a turn into the news that I'm sure you saw this weekend. And it has to do with two gigantic men transing themselves immediately because it's how they feel like identifying and declaring for the WNBA draft. And then after that, by the way, Royce White is running for the Senate in Minnesota, which would be awesome because he'd be quite the powerful voice. He doesn't play. He was was he number 1 overall or the first round draft pick in the NBA?
12.
Okay. And then
Don't so
well, he was in the first round.
Casually accept my answer. I don't know what I'm saying.
Okay. He was he was awesome.
He was really good.
And then Enes Kanter, Freedom, who obviously declared first for the WNBA draft. Let us discuss, my friends, what are our thoughts? How do you think, as Allison asked in the first hour, how do you think this ends? Because you did see that the WNBA ladies had to meet to decide what they were going to do.
Have they already met?
I don't know, but do we want to first play the clip of Royce from the montage?
Yes.
Explaining how he identifies now.
Yes,
for the purpose
please.
of basketball.
Earlier this week, I made the announcement. I'm transgender. I'm a woman. I identify as sometimes identifying as a woman for purposes of basketball, professional basketball. So I'll be declaring for the WNBA draft in 2027 as well. I mean, I think I'd be unstoppable. But I'm a team first guy. I'm a pass first kind of player. I do the little things. I led my team in all 5 major stat categories at Iowa State University. So I do a little bit of everything. I'll do whatever the coach needs me to do. I'll do whatever the girls need me to do. I think the WNBA could come out and make a definitive statement about guys with a pair of balls playing in the women's association. But hey, that'd be probably too much like right.
Okay, guys. Thoughts?
I love this whole thing. I love this whole thing. And it goes along with my idea the other day of we're going to walk into Sprouts in ski masks and trench coats.
I can't wait.
Because you have to push this to its logical or illogical and really stupid extreme end. But they are backed into a corner. And because what? Okay, here are the options. You say you're not a woman. You can't just decide you're a woman yesterday. Oh, really? So all the trans women that you're advocating for, all those men, they had one day they weren't and one day they were. So they're not real. Then you go to, it's if you have a wig and wear a dress every day. I mean, you can't win this. So I don't know if somebody put them up to this. Do you think Clay Travis called and was like, "Hey,"
or are these guys just that kind of guy that are like, "Oh, I'll jump in"?
I think
because Royce White is the kind of guy that would just jump in. I don't know much about Enes Kanter, but it seems like they're just going to go, "All right, then let's go."
So Enes gets in, and then Royce is like, "Well, I mean, I want to play." And then have you seen all the normies? Like there's some
high school
stone guy, yeah.
I love it.
Declaring he's a pastor. I mean,
it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. And if we would do this with other issues, they would also die a flaming death that this should die, because you're dealing with a group of people who are living in reality, but pretend to be unacquainted with truth. If you've ever debated them, you understand that they don't like truth because it doesn't allow them to live in their fairyland. And so they have changed the definition of what truth is, even though every day they live as if truth were true.
Mm-hmm.
And so now you have this whole delightful cabal. And we know what's happening. And I hope that after their meeting, their emergency meeting to define what a woman is, we'll know what's actually going to happen. Because on the other side, it's also exposing their unwillingness to stand up for women like Sophie Cunningham and Caitlin Clark and others who are straight white women that are phenoms that have brought more eyeballs to the games and more butts in the seats than they've ever enjoyed. Those two girls have the highest selling jerseys. So they're exposing the giant cracks in the WNBA system, which, by the way, are still paid for by the men. So why can't the daddies home? Why can't they decide that they're going to want to play? Yeah. Let them. They're paying the bill anyway.
Did y'all see the Sophie Cunningham incident? I think it was over the weekend where she pretty much got assaulted trying to go up for a layup. Like I think it was.
She got close. I mean,
yeah,
clothesline.
Dejanay Carrington. I think that was her name, but she didn't even go for the ball.
Dejanay's?
That's her name is
Dijonae. I think Dejanay Carrington.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't Dijonnaise like a?
It's like a mustard.
Mayonnaise?
Yeah, something like
or
that.
Mustard.
Okay.
Well, she didn't even go for the ball. She just flat out clotheslined Sophie Cunningham pretty much in the face, and she got ejected, and she immediately went to the locker room and tweeted out white privilege.
And then what happened after that?
What happened after that?
The coach, Sophie Cunningham's coach, didn't defend her.
That's nice.
Stephanie White is a joke.
Yeah.
She is a joke.
Well,
so anyway, carry on.
Well, this league is the last liberal stronghold, I'd say, in like somewhat major professional sports. I don't know if you call the WNBA part of the major professional sports, but it is really the last part where liberal woke ideology dominates the league. And I think when the rubber hits the road, it's kind of like with Iman Khalif, the boxer, who the IOC were with their, well, we don't want to let, sort of the straddling the fence and being weak and not being firm on this issue. And then guess what? You had two men fighting each other in that one weight class for the women's gold medal. And you got a jacked guy with just long hair and the jaw of a like Greek god beat all of these women, and the women come afterwards and say like, I've never felt anything like that in my life. And they literally threw in the towel after a couple of jabs. Like, you have to see that. And then they go, oh crap. And now what do you have? The IOC now caved, and they are going to have blood tests to confirm your chromosomes to determine where you fight or where you compete in the Olympics. So it's almost like they had to see it with their own eyes, because it's nice and convenient to straddle the fence and play it safe until you actually see the women get hurt. And it doesn't even have to get to that point. But if it takes that with the IOC, and then it takes with the WNBA, hey, 6'11" or 7 foot, Enes Kanter, 280 pounds, I'm going to go play in the WNBA. And then Royce White say the same. Oh, well, now what are you going to do? It's kind of like you said, you're back into a corner. So this is pressure testing their crazy, insane beliefs. And this is how you beat the last stronghold. You make them stand on their beliefs. Like, oh, you don't think a woman is actually a woman, or it's just subjective? Okay, have Enes Kanter go up against Caitlin Clark and see how that goes. It's not going to go well. So, again, I don't know what's going to happen with this emergency conference where they walk in and the board just says woman ? What is a woman? Let's ponder what a woman is. Whatever comes out of that, I don't know. But it really doesn't have to be this hard. But if it takes you actually having to see it and confront it and get back into a corner like the IOC was with Iman Khalif, then that's how you do it. But I'd be very interested to see the WNBA actually, because imagine the Kamala Harris's, imagine their responses if the WNBA has to, like, it would make a big difference. I'll just say that.
I want to know, okay, if I'm a WNBA coach and they're allowed to be in the draft, I'm getting them all.
Right, yeah.
Every single one of them. And also throw Brittany Griner on there. Just
because she is a man.
She's a man.
She
I'm sorry.
100%.
She is a dude.
Even in Tennessee, she was a man. So
did everybody know that back then?
She wasn't we should have, but she wasn't as obvious. But I look at her now, I'm like, there's no way you were never not a man.
Yeah. It doesn't even have any Chesticles, but anyway.
No. So I don't know. I mean, Royce White talking about how ticket sales will go through the roof and people will watch. I'll watch the WNBA if the guys start playing.
Yeah.
It'll actually be good.
I mean,
as long as they actually play.
Gosh, this is fantastic. And on the flip side, if you are a liberal progressive and you're watching this horrified, please understand that this group of people, this extremely liberal progressive group of people, would rather women get hurt and take that conclusion from there, because they would have let men play, because they're either going to have to let the men play, or they're going to have to go back and define what a woman is clearly by biology. They would rather people get hurt in this new scenario than to admit what's true. And that's pretty evil if you're willing to do that. It is.
Did you see? I can't remember who it was. It was a liberal media commentator talking about Clay Travis. This is before. This is just when he wanted to start the balls. Before either any man declared for the WNBA draft. But she was so gaslighting, and she was like, Clay Travis just doesn't care about women. He wants women to get hurt, because now he's saying he wants to have this, team of men, and totally flipped the script on, but she's proving our point. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He doesn't care about women. He doesn't really protect women. He whatever.
Duh.
Do you hear yourself? But this is that circular logic that the left gets into that leads you nowhere, because they're morons.
Yeah.
I love you started the day off with moron, and that's how I knew it was going to be a good day.
Okay. Well, yeah.
But
everybody's a moron.
Hey, it's not different than Laza Fox at the Oxford Union.
Yes.
And he used the Muslim woman who said, if it weren't for the Muslim men outside and our generosity, you would be cooked. And you're going, and thank you. I rest my case. I mean, that's what this is.
Yeah.
So we are asking liberal progressive women who are thinkers to go, yeah, this doesn't actually work for me. And maybe then it's time to leave the group of people you thought were for you and come to the people who are actually for you.
Did y'all see the Megan Rapinoe video talking about Sophie Cunningham?
No.
I watched it last night. It is, oh my gosh. It perfectly encapsulates this whole issue from their side, because she goes, well, Sophie Cunningham, she's contradicting herself, because on one part of the statement, she said she actually doesn't hate trans women. But then she took a picture with Riley Gaines after one of her games. And Riley Gaines is connected to the Heritage Foundation. And the Heritage Foundation wrote Project 2025. And Project 2025 said this. So pretty much Sophie Cunningham thinks that Project 2025 and was like, I was watching this. Oh my, this is all just because she said, I don't think guys should play in women's sports like that. And even Bill Maher came out and on his show said, yeah, Sophie Cunningham didn't say anything that was not, she didn't say she hated trans people. She just said, yeah, they shouldn't compete in guys sports. But the Megan Rapinoe video, you need to go watch it. It's like 2 minutes of her connecting Sophie Cunningham to Project 2025 just because of her statement of, and plus you just see the unhappiness of this crowd of people where little girls who are in high school who just have XXXY shirts and are supporting Sophie Cunningham are getting like dog cussed by these childless lesbian cat ladies who are miserable and go to WNBA games. They're just the most unhappy group of people, and you just see it but I think they're gonna lose, because they're gonna have to eat it when they see Enes Kanter and Royce White come play on the court. But I don't know if we can just break the WNBA stronghold. That's the last stand, is the WNBA and these women. They're just so miserable.
Last question. When the boys get to the girls' games, do they actually play like boys?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like what? But you're not supposed to hurt women.
Well, but they didn't define what a woman was. So you can just do what you want. There are no rules.
Oh, they are women.
Well, I mean, they are women, but you know, and there's no definitions because they're not going to be able to define it. And they're going to have to be able to let this go through if they're going to hold on to any sort of, I don't even know. Dignity is the wrong word because this is not dignified.
Can you imagine Royce White
I'm
going up
here
for
for
a
it.
layup
And
or a
just-
slam dunk and coming down on top of you as
Dejanay, you thought that you clotheslined Sophie Cunningham? Just wait until Mr. White gets hold of you.
This is what it would look like.
Or Enes Kanter. Just Shazam.
Oh, that's so
Bless
ugly.
it all.
That's
Y'all
bad.
think that was funny. And then you're going to be like, are you going to call that foul? No. Because none of them ever got called on the people you clotheslined, you took down, you elbowed, you kicked, you strangled. Turnabout's fair play. Bring it on, fellas. Let's go, balls.
Oh, Clay Travis does have merch. Did y'all see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
They
are
have
we going to get
balls
some
t-shirts.
shirts?
Yeah, they're not very good though.
Oh,
I don't really
okay.
like them. I don't, and they're $50.
Ew, no.
Ew.
Totally, for sure. Nah.
So my name's Kamala Harris, and you're gonna like have to prove who you are to vote.
Oh my God. You know what? Megan Rapinoe is the Kamala Harris of the sports world. Both of them are like
Yeah.
word salad ladies. Hi, thanks, Kamala, for proving our point again. Thank you.
Can we rewatch just the first 15 seconds of that video?
Can we please?
This is all I hear.
or just a
Blah.
Some states have already passed laws to make it more difficult to vote. Then this president, hey everybody, so they're trying to mess with your ability to vote, just to break it all down. You've got the Supreme Court. They just sealed the deal with this case that just came up recently, the Calais decision, which basically took the power out of the Voting Rights Act, which was designed to protect your right to vote. So you got the Supreme Court doing its thing. Then this president is trying to push this SAVE Act, which basically would require that for people to register to vote, you're going to have proof of who you are through a passport, which a lot of Americans don't have, or a birth certificate. Same point, obstacles to make it difficult for you to register to vote.
I'm sorry. If you were born here, you have a birth certificate. You get one even if you don't want one. You may have lost it, but you have one. So are you telling us that a lot of people that don't have the birth certificates, are they from other places and that means they won't be able to vote for you? Help me understand that.
You're going to have
Cammie.
to prove who you are to vote. That's but actually prove who you are.
Can anybody do a good Cammie voice? Kamala,
I also did
Kamala,
a good one.
Hey.
No,
Hey, girl. Hey.
she's just so annoying. She's like, so then this Calais decision and this president.
Time out. Do you think for a second she didn't know what she was saying, so she had to like do her finger twirl?
Yes.
She was like, brain catch up to mouth. Brain catch up to mouth.
She is she gonna run again?
I hope not.
Maybe. There's been some people that think she's going to run again with AOC as her running mate.
Oh, bless it all.
Can you imagine having to listen to those two?
If they run together, we will put wigs on. We will learn their voices and we will do skits. We will do skits if they choose to run with the hands. And they're like, I'm AOC. And oh my gosh.
Well, at the very least, that would guarantee a Republican victory.
It would. And it would also be delightful. I know that they can practice for a debate, but perhaps it's JD or Marco. Those debates would be must-see TV. Because you talk about getting spanked. I'm here for that too.
I don't know why. I don't even really know what you said. All I'm thinking about is our new TikTok account.
Oh, we would have a great time.
Could
No.
we do the skits, the the skits in the AOC on the TikTok.
Guys, yes.
And we're going to do parkour.
When are we doing parkour? So what I'm saying is I want to be there for the debates between who's ever running against Cammie and whoever is going to run against AOC. I want to see those debates because it would be phenomenal TV.
Okay. And I'm thinking we would do a skit of those debates
Yes.
to put out on TikTok.
Yes, that's what we would do.
And it would be phenomenal.
Phenomenal. Also, can we do parkour this week?
Parkour.
We can go do it downstairs. Or maybe we
gotta
should do it through the treehouse.
Let's see. Parkour.
Parkour.
What else are we doing down there? We're doing lots of fun things in the parking lot.
I really want to do that dance. What is that dance?
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but we really
The Gap Band.
Yeah. The Gap.
What?
I have a great idea.
What is
It
it?
might be dangerous though.
Uh-oh.
I was just thinking about The Office and the parkour. You know, it's right up the road, right when you turn right to come down to the studio off of 280.
What?
There's that speedometer.
We
could sprint past it, see who runs faster.
Yes!
Just like The
Let's
Office.
do it.
Oh,
I'll bring my shoes.
it's embarrassing.
No.
We'll just temporarily put cones in front so people can't turn to come down the road.
Oh, it would be a blast.
Does it? Do you have to hit a certain speed for it to log?
No, I think it just hits, like, it tells you your speed as you drive past it.
So it may or may not work. Kind of like jumping on the line at the Wendy's drive-through right down here on 280, like my friends and I used to do in high school and try to get them to take our order while we were walking through the drive-through. You know, that may be the same situation with the speedometer entering the neighborhood.
That's so funny. It's like the part where the car drove by as Michael ran by and he was like, 41, I got 41.
Okay.
I know we have just a little bit of time. Can't remember if there's anything else on the
flock
montage.
cameras.
Oh, flock. Oh.
The 6 Savannah cops that got arrested.
Yes, but I have an update on diarrhea.
Oh, brother.
Okay. Give us
Just
an
real
update
quick,
on diarrhea.
This is a new Taylor Farms.
Yes.
Same explosive diarrhea. Taylor Farms has recalled some of their products because now they have salmonella.
Okay. Taylor Farms, here's the suggestion. Send all your workers home and whoever is at the top, y'all go through and wash your facilities top to bottom. Bleach it.
Salmonella is bad though. It gives you bloody diarrhea.
Awful. It can put you in the hot. It is
102 degree fever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
This
that's
is no
my
joke.
PSA. Maybe don't buy the Taylor Farms food.
By the way, I got good news for y'all.
What?
Did y'all see the statement that Sprouts Farms made?
Oh,
tell us
no.
about Sprouts, please.
Hold on. I'll
Because we were really looking forward to going in our ski mask and trying
Well,
to
we
figure
can
out.
still do that. That doesn't have to do with
Yeah, it'd
lab
be
meat.
fun. We should just have a whole afternoon of mayhem with like recording parkour and the Gap Band dance and going in Sprouts.
I wondered if you should walk in a hijab or a niqab.
Okay.
Niqab.
Niqab.
A niqab.
Niqab.
And I walk in with you in a ski mask and a
Okay.
trench coat, and
All
we
right.
see which one they arrest.
Okay.
So here's their statement. It says, we're aware of a rumor that's been going around recently. And we want to set the record straight. Sprouts does not sell lab grown or sell cultivated meat of any kind. We never have. We invite you to visit one of our stores and see for yourself. We had conversations with a company called Mission Barns prior to 2026, but we decided not to carry their products. Unfortunately, there's information online that suggests otherwise, and it's just not true. We hold our meat suppliers and ranchers to strict quality standards that are better for people, animals, and the planet, like organic, grass-fed, regenerative, and antibiotic-free. We know that you count on us to feel good about the food you eat, and we take that trust you've given us very seriously. That's why we go well beyond industry standards to ensure you can always count on higher quality at Sprouts. If you'd like more information, please visit our sourcing and quality standards.
Okay. So the question is, though, they had a conversation. Like, I'm glad it's not in there. But the fact that they had a conversation about perhaps carrying cell-grown meat is very concerning.
Cell cultivated.
Excuse me. Cell cultivated. I got that wrong. Is anybody else troubled by that? That you even had the conversation?
Well, I mean, they
You're a
sell
farmer's
fake
market.
meat already. They sell the Impossible burgers and all that kind of stuff.
Which is like pinto beans, black beans, right? Like lima beans, like beans.
But I mean,
But they're beans.
that's true.
versus.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad. I hope it's true. That doesn't mean in 3 weeks they won't take a contract with somebody, but they can say that right now.
Yeah.
And maybe that's what they're doing. We were in talks. We haven't signed the contract yet. So we're going to
You're
go
good.
ahead and go out and say we didn't do it.
Mhm.
But maybe they learned their lesson. Kind of like the flock cameras, which dang it.
Let's do
that's
tomorrow. That's a
really
big
good
deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we got some comments and texts for the last 5 minutes we didn't get to today. If we want to read those for the end of the show, because we do
Okay.
appreciate you all texting in. Chris from Starrett, he said a sheriff in Amazon has refused to renew their flock contract, but he also said, "What if we just snuck and took them down at night like Gideon did with the altar of Baal and the Asherah pole?"
I like you, Chris
Just
from
saying. Starrett. Ian from Hartsel on the text line, he said, if the NBA has any cojones, they'd stop propping up the WNBA by giving them all the money.
Mm.
And he also said, I died from salmonella one time.
Really?
Oh. Ooh.
I'm glad he came back.
He came back.
Is salmonella the same thing you get from like turtles?
I thought it
Or
came from chicken.
from
chicken.
Yeah.
It can come from a variety of sources. I know that you're also not. Did you say turtles? I think
swear.
you're. No. I don't. I think that's right. And I think there are other like possums and other animals, armadillo
that carry.
JP, I hope you're typing out a list of animals that carry salmonella, but it is a big deal and it is not anything to joke around with.
Yes, turtles carry salmonella bacteria in their digestive tracts and on their outer shells and skin.
I swear one of my cousins got salmonella from a turtle. Like they picked up a turtle in the middle of the road when they were kids. and then
Uh-oh,
just
Amy Beth did that recently.
went-
I did. I was hoping you wouldn't bring that up. No, but you got to wash your hands. Like you got to scrub them.
It comes from reptiles like turtles, snakes, lizards, amphibians like frogs and toads, backyard poultry, chickens and ducks, farm animals, cows, pigs, and sheep, and small pets like rodents and hedgehogs.
Oh, it's comforting. So everything that lives in Alabama.
And chicken and raw meat.
Backyard chicken.
Backyard chicken. Thank you so much for trying to shepherd us all into buying corporate chicken.
And Brad from Crimeston, by the way, said, we just keep having news about explosive diarrhea to dribble out.
It's my favorite. I got to grow up though.
It's funny.
But
it's funny.
Like diarrhea keeps popping up on my algorithm. And I think there's a reason why. But hey, y'all wouldn't have known about the salmonella if it hadn't.
Thanks,
Sure.
Allison.
Scupsy the foo-foo.
Yeah. Scupsy's serious. Gotta watch out.
Y'all want to do Would You Rather to end the show?
Yes.
Would you rather have your own theme park or your own zoo?
Zoo.
Is a theme park like a Six Flags?
Mhm.
My back can't take it.
Oh.
You want a zoo?
Do I have help at the zoo?
Yes.
I'd
We have
assume
all
so.
the help we want.
I might go theme park.
I'd probably go zoo because I can just sit and giggle watching the animals.
You can giggle.
Animals are great. Animals are great.
Would you rather live in a home with no electricity or in a home with no running water? No electricity.
No electricity.
No.
I could live without electricity.
You
Wait,
can't shower.
wait.
You can't use the bathroom.
Yeah, you could light candles.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could,
Yeah, okay. I'm
yeah.
with you.
Because admit it, some nights on those tornado nights where the power goes out and your kids are little, it was fun to light candles, but you still had water.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
We need water.
You're right.
Would you rather have the ability to see 5 years into your own future or 6 months into the future of the world?
Future of the world. I would live. I wouldn't be good if I knew what was
Yeah.
coming.
Give me future of the world.
Yeah, because that could shape you're like, well, I mean, if we're all gonna die, I'm going to do this.
And once in future says a zoo can be an attraction at a theme park, but not vice versa. You know, so they gotta have running water.
Zoo can be an attraction at a theme park. Hey, yeah.
It's good. Once in future, always
Wait,
bringing
you
it.
can put a roller coaster in a zoo?
Of course you can.
We can do it all once in future. Okay, y'all, we'll be back tomorrow. We may be back with Senator Bobby Singleton. We're waiting on pins and needles to see if he will accept our invitation to come on the right side. You'll have to wait and see on that one. Tomorrow's Tuesday, and
Allegedly. We're going to talk flock cameras. That's not gone away.
Yeah.
So we're going to really dive into that. And a Muslim minute. So got a lot.
Y'all have a great afternoon. We'll see you tomorrow.